Ever since Chad Powers tried out for the football team, we've been adopting the think fast, run fast mindset.
Think fast, run fast. Think fast, run fast. Think fast. Run fast, think fast, run fast. Oh, crap!
Personally, I think it works better on the football field.
Ready, set, go. Think fast, run fast.
Next time you come to Champs, just remember to keep your head on a swivel.
For my day ones, they ain't in the studio over there.
I think we went too high.
Kia, movement that inspires.
This is the place where roadside markets are filled with fruits and vegetables, small batch jams and made from scratch pies, where mountain trails are explored with friends with names like Ghost and Traveler, where award-winning wines, craft-made beers and spirits are raised, hearty meals are served, and nights are shared under star-filled skies. This is Center County, Pennsylvania. To find out all that's happening, visit us at happyvalleyagventures.com.
Hi everybody, Mike the Mailman here, to tell you about a state college company that will help you follow the Nittany Lions to their bowl game. Collegiate Athletic Travel. From charter flights and on-site motor coaches to professional staff, the entire trip is easy and carefree. And with their 47 years in the business, you know you're in good hands. You'll get a game ticket and a lot more. Make memories to last a lifetime. Be there next time with Collegiate Athletic Travel.
Hey, Penn State fans, it's game time, and Sionka is hitting the field with 40 dealerships and 25 franchises in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. That means more choices and the perfect new or pre-owned vehicle priced to fit your budget. Plus, factory-trained service experts are just minutes away, and you can feel confident you're doing business with a family that treats you like family. We're a proud partner of Penn State Athletics and preferred auto dealer of the Penn State Alumni Association. The Sionka dealerships. Experience the difference.
Welcome, everybody, to tonight's edition of the Blue and White Players Show, coming to you live from Champs Downtown, as we do it every Monday night at 6 p.m. on the socials of statecollege.com and onwardstate.com. Nittany Lions are 6-1, ranked 13th in the nation, coming off the big whiteout win over the Minnesota Golden Gophers, with Ohio State coming to town for big noon kickoff this weekend. I'm fake host Chris Bucanani. I got repping the NL champion Philadelphia Phillies, the old school Keith Goon Conlon. I got former Penn State defensive lineman Aeneas Hawkins with me, as always. Good to have you here, man.
Feeling good, 1-0, man.
Yeah, just 1-0 this week. That's all you got to do. And joining us first on the program tonight, we got linebacker Kobe King. Kobe, thanks for joining us today. Appreciate you being here. We always like to start these things off by talking about how the Phillies won the NL pennant and are going to be in the World Series. No, I'm joking. If you could just introduce yourself to the audience and tell us a little bit about your backstory and your path to Penn State.
I'm Kobe King. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. A little backstory on me, how I got here. I don't know. I think everybody's story different. Ended up at Penn State, but first I wasn't planning on coming here from the start, but I got some more insight on Penn State, ended up taking a visit, and I just fell in love with it since then. So that was really it. And it was just me and my brother came up with together, so that's really it for real.
How much of a motivator was it to play alongside your brother, for you guys to both choose the same school? Was that a big thing for you, or was it more like you each made your own decisions?
Yeah, I think it was a big thing, but I don't know, we just been playing together since we was little, so it was like, it was kind of regular to us, but Yeah, we made the right decision though, so it was a big thing.
And both of you have had a chance to play early. Stepped on campus, played as freshmen, playing a lot now this year.
Right.
So through 1.5 or so seasons, is it working out the way you expected?
Yeah, I mean, really just getting the freshman year out the way, learning everything I'm supposed to learn, and being a sponge and absorbing a lot of knowledge is hopeful now. So that's really it.
People always talk about getting to play with their brothers in the locker room, but you obviously have a brother here, literally a twin, as a matter of fact. Do you guys find ways to push each other as you go? Are you guys competing under the table?
Yeah, still. Like, I don't know, we probably competing for stats here and there, but really we just trying to bring each other up during game day. We know what each other can do, so I don't know, we just be each other's best critic and build from each other.
Very good. I played with my younger brother. I wanted one play with him. Never got it. Never got it.
Just one play. That's all you asked for.
Put me next to him. He played center. I played tackle. I said I'd played guard for a play or two. He could have popped out the guard, run a counter or whatever, but didn't happen.
Yeah, but you were separated by 4 years, right?
2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He was a red shirt. Yeah, he played 2 years after me, so it's actually 3 when it comes down to it.
Oh, he played here too.
Yeah, I'm one of 3 brothers to play here. So you said about competition with your brothers. My older brother was an All-American in the '86 team, so I got here, and some of the coaches were busting my chops all the time and this and that. And one of the guys comes up to me, one of the coaches on the side, he goes, when this happens, when a younger brother comes in, they expect you to be just as good as your brother when he left.
Yeah, right.
And that's just the way it is. I mean,
completely unrealistic.
Yeah, I'm like
standard, right?
I'm 18 years old. He's an All-American. I don't think I have this in me as of yet. But and then it's expected you to be as good as them right off the get, and it is a process and stuff like that. And got there eventually.
Do you feel like you benefited from that though? I mean, just in terms of. They knew who your brother was. There had to be some type of respect level based on that you came in with.
Nobody I played with my brother.
Okay.
We were one whole class removed.
Okay.
I had guys that were my 5th-year senior captains, D'Onofrio, Al Golden, Sam Gash, these guys in the class of '91. Darren Perry was one. They were recruits right after the '86 national championship team. So they never actually played with him per se.
Right.
I just heard stories.
That makes sense.
And usually when the player stories come out, they're a little different. We're not going to talk about these things on television right now.
Going back to recruitment a little bit, can you just walk us through what it was like for you in terms of what when you started seeing the offers come in from FBS programs, what other schools recruited you, and what made Penn State stand out?
I started getting recruited probably about freshman year.
Okay.
Into my freshman season, first couple of schools started recruiting me, and then we started taking more visits, going across the country, and it just picked up kind of after my second and third year, really. But I don't know, Penn State was just something that opened my eyes when I came. It wasn't like another visit I took any other school, so it was a lot different.
Where else you go?
Everywhere, man. Michigan State. I went down south, LSU. Oregon State, Arkansas, Iowa, really everywhere.
When we get off the air, I want to hear some good recruiting stories here, man.
Good recruiting story?
No, when you get off the air.
There,
okay.
Get off the air. I'm sure you got a couple of them.
Teasing the audience.
I'll man up. I was going to let you do that.
Yeah. Aeneas was like,
No, but on a serious note, who was it that recruited you at Penn State that made you fall in love with this place? Who was the guy on staff that made you come here?
I say me and Coach Park relationship was good. Me and Franklin relationship was good too.
Yeah.
I think that was really kind of opened my eyes because you don't really get a relationship like that with any other head coach for real.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I already say that. And then Donovan Johnson being here and somebody we went to my school.
Cass Tech guy.
Yeah. Like
shout out Don John, man.
So I want to follow up on you talking about Brent Pry being really involved in your recruiting. One of the things that Goon and I especially, as the 2 older gentlemen at the table on this show.
Elder.
You got to understand, for the majority of Penn State fans, my age and older for sure, not used to seeing a whole lot of turnover on the coaching staff. So it's still a little shock to everyone's system when you have an assistant move on for another job, because there was so much stability in the coaching staff here for so long.
Right.
But, you know, now we're just swimming in the same waters as every other program, so we got to get used to it. And I realize that's one thing you guys have to deal with in your recruiting, is that the guy you're forming the relationship with, especially if he's an assistant, there's always a potential, because we've got good coaches here, that they're going to move on like Brent did to go to another job. So I just like to get a little perspective on what's going through your mind when, you know, first of all, when you're being recruited, how much are you focusing on the fact that, you know, they always say choose the school over the coach, but I think that's hard to do, especially because you're seeing and hearing from the same guys so much. So does that enter into your mind? Are you thinking about, well, this guy might not be here for my full time at school?
I mean, I don't know. I wasn't really thinking that. It was just more like a feeling thing. Like, at the end of the day, like, what school could I see myself at going to school and playing football? And that just was the big factor in it. It wasn't really the coach's standard or not, because I know that's part of the business. So,
right.
Yeah.
What made Penn State that school?
Man, I'd say the atmosphere, the people, the diversity, and just the experience I got when I first got here. So it was way different from any other school I took a visit to. That's it, for real.
Talking about the experience, just played in a whiteout. Did you get a chance to see that before you came up here as a player? Like live on a visit or something?
Not in person.
Okay.
Not in person.
Yeah.
So that was crazy though.
So what's that like?
I don't know. Sometimes it come by so quick, so you gotta take a little moment to step aside and realize the fans, the stadium, it's just a big deal. But when you want to feel, you locked in.
I mean, it's just as quiet down there as you think. I mean, it's loud, but defensive guy, I'm sure he gets a lot louder. And as an offensive guy, it's not that loud. But we never had the whiteout per se, but I just always used to love running on the field and feeling the thump coming down, the band, the drumming and stuff like that. Just so much fun. And the environment right there, because I was watching it on television, and, you know, I was at the tailgate all day and this and that. 7 o'clock goes, we jumped out because we had to watch the Phillies game. It's just an unbelievable. I love going there and just walking in and just looking up and just seeing the waves of white, the waves of people and stuff like that. And I mean, you're on defense, right? So you got to hear some unbelievable noise. I mean, they got 3 false starts. I mean, how loud was it at 5?
5.
How many was it just deafening down there at times?
I'd say so, because it was times I couldn't hear or could see barely, so it was crazy down there.
One of the things I noticed, nobody left.
Nobody
But
left.
that stadium was packed till the end.
Yeah.
Usually it's a long day and people are like, get the hell out of here, we're up 20 points, I'm out, you know? It seems like everybody stayed.
And they were there an hour early.
And
It was full.
rolled,
It was
man.
full very early. Yeah, it was a good crowd. It was a good crowd.
Yeah.
You mentioned not being able to hear some of the calls as things are happening. That's one thing people don't realize about the whiteout. When you're on defense and you're trying to get the checks and calls and the crowd is roaring, that's got to be tough, no?
And then trying to reset the front and kick the D line.
Trying to move people over. They
couldn't hear me either.
So did you have to practice for that the same way you practice for noise on the road?
Oh yeah, Coach Franklin gets prepared. He played loud crowd music during practice, and he make it realistic for us.
You didn't hear it back home, man? How loud he had those speakers? I heard it all the way downtown, man.
I know there are people who live in College Heights who file noise
Oh, my
complaints
goodness.
when they're getting ready for big games.
That's not a lie.
No, not at all.
You live next to a stadium, it's gonna get loud.
Man.
Don't buy the house.
You got to check into that before you move in.
I did want to mention, since we've got a linebacker on the show, like, for as well as you guys played against a really good running back on Saturday night, I think the best form tackle I saw was on that Onward State video of the photographer taking down the guy who ran on the field. Like, they should probably show that one and film it this week. Yeah, solid fundamentals. Shout out to that photographer.
As a player, that's a legal hit. Like Wagner, when he hit the guy over the Rams a couple weeks ago.
Right.
And those guys are chomping at the bit. Like
you dream for that guy.
That guy's got no pass. He's running past me,
man.
and I can legally hit this guy. I'm gonna drop him.
No doubt.
And the fans are gonna cheer you for doing it.
No doubt.
I mean, it's hilarious. I feel like 30 guys chasing this dude and just gets blasted on the sideline.
Man, you know,
it'll stop people from coming out.
Word to the wise: don't run out on the field.
Dude.
Yeah.
If he was a student, he ain't a student here no more.
Yeah.
He gone. I hope it was worth it. Because of those 3 extra beers he had in the stadium, Booch.
You think that was the difference?
He had 3 extra beers from the alcohol being allowed in the stadium. He was dead sober going in.
His Miller Lights will get you every time.
Yeah. He had a couple Truly, some seltzers, sent him over the edge, man.
Goodness gracious.
Unbelievable.
So, shifting to off the field, Kobe, what are you studying? What are you thinking about career-wise? What's that part of your Penn State experience been like so far?
I just got into RPTM.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like what I'm focused on right now. I don't know anything about a minor yet, but that's my major right now.
It's all good. You're a young man.
Yeah,
absolutely. You got plenty of time.
You got 3 more.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I changed my major spring semester of my junior year. Cannot recommend.
No, that can't be the right path.
Although it did buy me an extra year as an undergrad, so maybe not so bad. Maybe not so bad. Yeah. Crazy like a fox.
I got to spend here. My nephew's like, oh man, I got to spend another year here. He's like, my parents got to spend. They got to send me here for another year. Damn.
So that's for people who don't know. That's rec, park, and tourism management. Is that right?
Recreational park tourism.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And so you just transferred into that this year?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Very good. So, any thoughts about where you might like to go with it in the future yet?
Not really. I think most of the stuff I'm learning from is beneficial in me just opening my knowledge on more things, but I think it's something I can see myself expanding on and learning more about to help promote a business or whatever.
No doubt, man. That degree works for you, man.
Yeah.
It's going to work for you the rest of your life.
Damn right, Bubba.
Yep.
That's one of the, I'm just going to keep saying it over and over every week, guys. But, you come to Penn State, you get a great chance to play in big-time games. You get to play in front of crowds like the ones you guys saw last Saturday and you'll see again this week. Get a great shot to get developed and make your shot at the NFL.
Yep.
And then on top of all that, there's going to be a network of people all over this country and all over the world who are going to take good care of you for the rest of your life. They're going to be total strangers, but when they find out you're a fellow Penn Stater, they will bend over backwards to help you. That's part of the advantage of being here.
Hey, so when you win Saturday night, the job you won pretty much. Just make sure you win.
Make
it happen.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
No doubt.
All right.
This Saturday is going to be one of the, or Saturday day, excuse me. God damn it. People think of the night game, but
Fox.
World Series, but
Bastards.
I guess it's okay. Well, I guess I'll allow it.
We'll allow
it this year because of the Phillies being in it. But any different in playing Ohio State on a noon or 7 p.m. other than sitting in the hotel room wanting to kill somebody all day, saying get me the hell out of this damn hotel room?
No, I wouldn't say it's different. Probably just the schedule during the week. We probably got the same schedule, so. Yeah. It's just on an earlier time.
It's going to jump up on you quick.
Yeah.
And that might not be a bad thing this week because that's a pretty good damn team you got coming in here. So, and they, 6 out of 7, 5 out of 6 they've been on at home. So they haven't had this. And all the people watching out there, I want that twice. It should be twice as loud as it was last week for this game. My God,
that's a challenge.
This is going to be one of those iconic games. In my opinion, I really have that feeling. If this team that showed up, I don't know what happened at Michigan. I won't go into that with you guys, but how you guys came back from that, man. You guys deserve a lot of freaking credit. Coaches, staff, players especially, because it's not been like that the last few years. And how you guys came back and took care of business out there. And it started off slow because you guys could have just balled up and said, I'm done, And you didn't. And it came through and you guys kick that ass, man. So keep it going, man. You
got to flush it, move on. You guys got a big challenge coming up this week, but that's why you come to Penn State to face challenges like that. We wish you the best of luck this week and the rest of the season. Kobe King, appreciate you joining us, man. Thanks so much. Great having you here. We will be back.
If he needs help with that burger, I'm in. Just let me know, all right? I'm over here.
I might need to go.
We'll be back with defensive back Marquis Wilson on the other side of the break. You were watching the Blue and White Players Show live from Champs Downtown. Stay with us.
Ever since Chad Powers tried out for the football team, we've been adopting the think fast, run fast mindset.
Think fast, run fast. Think fast, run fast. Think fast. Think fast, run fast. Oh, crap!
Personally, I think it works better on the football field.
Ready, set, go.
Think fast, run fast. Think fast, run fast.
Next time you come to Champs, just remember to keep your head on a swivel.
For my day ones, they ain't in the studio over there.
think we went too high.
Kia, movement that inspires.
This is the place where roadside markets are filled with fruits and vegetables, small batch jams and made from scratch pies, where mountain trails are explored with friends with names like Ghost and Traveler, where award-winning wines, craft-made beers, and spirits are raised, hearty meals are served, and nights are shared under star-filled skies. This is Center County, Pennsylvania. To find out all that's happening, visit us at happyvalleyagventures.com.
Hi everybody, Mike the Mailman here, to tell you about a State College company that will help you follow the Nittany Lions to their bowl game. Collegiate Athletic Travel. From charter flights and on-site motor coaches to professional staff, the entire trip is easy and carefree. And with their 47 years in the business, you know you're in good hands. You'll get a game ticket and a lot more. Make memories to last a lifetime. Be there next time with Collegiate Athletic Travel.
Hey, Penn State fans, it's game time, and Sionka is hitting the field with 40 dealerships and 25 franchises in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. That means more choices and the perfect new or pre-owned vehicle priced to fit your budget. Plus, factory-trained service experts are just minutes away, and you can feel confident you're doing business with a family that treats you like family. We're a proud partner of Penn State Athletics and preferred auto dealer of the Penn State Alumni Association. The Sionka dealerships. Experience the difference.
Welcome back, everybody. You're watching the Blue and White Players Show, coming to you live from Champs Downtown on South Allen Street, the heart of Happy Valley, right down from the Allen Street gates, the Penn State campus. We are here enjoying 6-1, enjoying that beating we gave the Golden Gophers, who had it coming to them. A great whiteout weekend, weather-wise, result-wise, crowd-wise, everything in Happy Valley. I'm your fake host, Chris Bucanani. I got Keith Goon Conlon. I've got Aeneas Hawkins. I've got the Philadelphia Phillies going to the World Series. And we got quarterback Marquis Wilson joining us. Marquis, thanks for being here, man.
No problem, no problem. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, awesome. Glad to have you. So, like usual, we'll just have you start out. Can you introduce yourself to the audience and talk a little bit about your background, your recruitment, and path to Penn State?
My name is Marquis, but I like to be called Keith. So, you know, me and Keith were just talking. That's Keith and Keith.
Keith and Keith.
Keith and Keith. We
got Hawk and Dog. We got Hawk and Dog podcast.
Come on, man. Hawk and Dog.
We got Keith and Keith.
Come on,
man. I had to do that.
Keith and Keith.
Keith and Keith.
I would listen to that show. 100%. 100%. We'll get it going. Coming soon.
But I'm from Connecticut, Windsor to be exact. If people don't know where that's at, it's like near Hartford, like 20 minutes from Massachusetts wise. You know, being from Connecticut, you know anybody from Connecticut really? Probably not.
From Connecticut, I don't.
Ambrose Fletcher.
I got to admit, I
So
know.
that's just name
Ambrose
a person.
Fletcher.
But, you know, even to name an athlete, like,
He played with me.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
He was in London?
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
That's where Ambrose was from. He was a running back a couple years younger than me on our Rose Bowl team.
Huge kickoff return in the Rose Bowl. Yeah.
One of those momentum changing things. So, yes, I got some Connecticut guys for you,
I like
baby. I got
that, I like
Connecticut guys, man. Will Levis is from there too, isn't
Will
he?
Levis, of course, supporting us, you know. But you know, it wasn't too many like figures or like, you know, too many examples of what it looked like, you know, to get here, like to be recruited. All you had was just a dream and just like, I'm gonna go, and like all you're doing is saying it till you believe it, but you're not really like, there's nobody really helping you put work behind this stuff. It's just kind of like you just trying your hardest. And then like I clicked up with like my mentor in like 12, like when I was 12 years old, so like just before high school, and he kind of started helping me more, like get my mindset right, trying to get me in the weight room and just stuff like that. He started putting me around like better atmospheres, and then like, you know, we figured out I might have to go prep just to like help me just gain a better edge. I reclassified, did my junior year over and everything, and then like, after like my reclassified year, like that's kind of when everything jumped off and I started getting recruited by like everyone.
Concentrate more on football type of thing, where the end goal was going to college and get that scholarship.
So like, without that many like, you know, people to look at, we just was kind of not trying anything but trying like the best things that we know would work and like will put me in the place to have the opportunity. So safe to say it worked out. And
damn right, man.
It's a whole lot of us too out there now. Like my friends just played in the Syracuse and Clemson game. We got 2 people on both teams, so like
there you go.
It'd be fun just watching all of my friends. Like my friend played on App State, he beat Texas A&M. It's just fun watching all of us now. We're all balling.
And they're all from the same prep school.
We're all from the same area in Connecticut. We're all from the Greater Hartford area. So Windsor, Bloomfield, like anywhere like around there.
Yeah.
Like we all worked out together. We all like did everything together. So like we all like made each other better, iron sharpen iron, and it was a beautiful outcome.
You guys all have the same mentor, pretty much?
Yes, his name is Stanley Williams, but we call him Stat.
Okay, Stat.
Yeah,
Stat, if you're watching this, man, we appreciate you, dog. We appreciate you.
Stack player?
Yeah, he played at UConn during like the Etzel year when they went to Fiesta Bowl and all that. So like he played when they was UConn.
Everybody forgets that.
Yeah.
Chris Baker was also UConn.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, Chris Baker was definitely from UConn.
Huh, okay.
Well, not UConn.
From Connecticut. Yeah. I know
Chris Baker's from my high school.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah, Chris Baker's from Windsor High, and then like he got his jersey up there. I used to.
You know him?
Yeah, I know Chris Baker. That's
you
my
gotta
guy.
bust his balls. Call him True Baker. He'll go Goon tell you that. Goon tell you that.
True Baker. Okay.
I'd have him in the way where he'd go screaming and yell. I'm like, come on, chill out, True Baker. Damn.
Come on, True Baker.
Hey, he had a hell of a career in the NFL.
He did long.
He left here and he made the most out of everything he had, man.
Yeah.
He was a good dude. He was running some problems, made a few mistakes and this and that, but there's a guy like you say, you Stacks took a bunch of guys under his wing and helped them out. How many guys? 4 or 5?
A lot more than that.
Yeah,
it's like,
that's good,
like
man.
just even like this weekend, my young guy, he from like New Haven. He not as close as as we are, but like we got like people from different states and stuff now. But my guy from New Haven, he's actually the 3rd recruit in the country, #1 corner in the country.
Oh, there you go.
He go to IMG, so he just came down this weekend for the game. But that's like my little bro, so like he came down to a lot of games. So like every time he come down, make sure he's taken care of and everything. Yeah.
He doesn't come in here, it's on you. You know.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's your fault if he ain't here, man. That's on you.
Trust me, man. I do my best, man. That's my guy. That's like my little bro for real. So.
Well, and I know, talking about, you, Pat Fryermuth, Will Levis, Penn State, I think, was early to figuring out there's a lot of good players up in the New England Legion. You just got to look and find them. Was Penn State football growing up, was that something that was on the radar for you, or did you start to get to know the program through the recruiting process?
Honestly, I never knew anything about Penn State.
I'm not surprised.
Like, even playing a video game NCAA, I never even I don't know, I just never heard about Penn State till I got recruited. Then as I'm getting recruited, I'm hearing like a lot of stories, like these people went here, like connections here, it's a lot of, and then I get up here for visits and it's great, and it's like, how did I never know about this? And it's not that far either, but as a kid, you just thinking about all the like SEC schools, really like everything that everybody just wanted like throw in your face. You don't really
an
think
NFL
about
guy?
Of course.
That's probably more of a professional state than anything.
Well, obligatory wasn't on Nesson while he was growing up, so that's how New England's learning about Penn State now.
It's a shameful plug. That's not a shameless plug. It was a shameful plug.
No doubt, it's different.
So did you play at the '94 team on Sega on the?
They didn't have the game out in '94, man.
Hey man, I got 86 cents when
you gotta stop.
I got my 86 cents when they made the lawsuit. They settled the lawsuit. All the ex-players have been using them. They've been using my name.
So you got 86
cents.
Marquis didn't have the Atari,
I'm NIL
man.
before NIL. I got my 86 cents, man.
That's
from them. They used my
That's
image
more than
like
I ever
this.
made.
Check for 86.
Name an image like this, huh?
They wrote a check for 86 cents.
It was a couple $100, but it was like they used us, and it was like so funny because they had this big fat white dude who was 6'7", 312 pounds playing left tackle, number 53. I wonder who the hell that was.
He bore a striking resemblance.
I don't know.
At least he made the game, though.
Big old blockhead, flat top, this and that. I don't know what that meant. And the other tackle was number 68, and it was just uncanny how it was all similar.
Yeah.
And Penn State making all that money, all of us, and
You'll have to forgive him. He's not bitter at all about these guys not getting their NIL money.
Oh no! I've said this a million times. I'm not bitter. I'm happy as hell they're getting it. It should have been happening many years ago.
I understand. You're owed back pay, right?
I got back pay coming.
Yeah.
It's just compound interest, like a credit card. So all that money,
You need the back ends. I like that. You get on the back end.
Back pay, baby.
That's all it is.
So, Keith, who else recruited you? What other campuses did you visit, and what made Penn State stand out?
Shoot, the people that recruited me for sure, Coach Spencer. He's not here no more.
Yeah,
Coach Spence, man.
He's also from
Salute, Coach Spence. Connecticut guy.
He's from Hartford too, so like that was a great connection.
Spence was my guy, man. I loved him.
Great
and
dude.
then Coach Terry Smith, of course.
Yep.
T. Small.
Yeah, those two like. and then over here was like Gaddis and other people too. But Terry Smith and Spencer alone, like they definitely sold the deal. I had a lot of other offers too. I really wasn't into like visiting too many schools. I visited like here a lot, Syracuse often. I visited like other schools like onesie, twosies, like Rutgers, like kind of northeast. I didn't really go too far down south or nothing. I only took one official visit here. After that, I committed before the official actually. So I committed in like May time.
I'm going to tell you something right now. You probably messed up by committing early. Take them all.
No doubt.
Take them all.
They were free too. They were free. I know.
So Aeneas, when this whole transfer portal thing, I gotta say this is hilarious. So I was saying back when it started up, and I was like, man, you imagine that going back in the day and say, I'm in the transfer portal this week. I'm going to go to Miami. I'm getting recruited by Miami. Going to South Beach for a weekend, Coach.
Absolutely.
I'll be back on Monday. I'll rejoin back here on Monday morning.
But Coach Franklin tells guys, especially if they commit before. That was a terrible play by you, by the way. If you that's horrible. That's bad business, dog.
You guys are come on now.
But anyway, when you commit, after that, they don't want
one guy who's never been on an official visit say,
they won't let you do anything else after you commit.
No.
Like if you do that,
well, they talk like they won't let you.
It's like trust issue. Like it feel like like if you have any relationship with a girl, like you put a ring on it.
Whatever,
you see her at a date, That's like what kind of stuff is that?
Listen, Marquis,
if you have a son, you put a ring on it, I'll be here.
That's what I'm saying.
Put the ring on there.
If you have a son in 30 years that come out just like you and is getting recruited by everywhere in the country,
all
5 of them.
He taking all 5
every time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Definitely.
But you're here to Penn State. You made the right decision, obviously.
Made the right decision in the long run. And hindsight, right there, I didn't see it. I had some narrow vision, but now having foresight of it all, I think I needed this experience and everything though.
I'm calling Stacks tonight and saying, dude, you're killing your guys. You're killing them. Stacks, we got to figure this out.
No doubt.
So I was telling Aeneas before we started filming today, I had to ask you this. So I don't know what was going on with the TV timeouts on Saturday night, but there were a couple of times they stacked 2 of them together. So you guys, I don't know if you're even aware of this. They show you how much time you have left until the TV timeout's over. So you guys were lined up at the north end zone. Yeah. And that's up by my seats. They do the TV timeout. You think, okay, we're coming back. And then I don't know what happened. They went to another timeout. Yep. So everybody was lined up on the field, but there was still another minute, 2 minutes. So you were out there isolated against a Minnesota receiver with just nothing to do for 2 minutes. And I was watching you. You guys were talking the whole time. What was that conversation like?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a goofball, so it can vary. It can vary. I don't really remember too much from the convo, but I can tell you what it probably consisted of. It was either one, I'm talking real casual, acting like we're not enemies and we're not going against each other, throw them off a little bit. Yeah. Or I'm just getting in his head because I kind of knew, like you said, right? It was a long time. I'm realizing. And I just see the quarterback looking at me, and he won't stop looking at me. So I'm like, damn, they're coming to me.
They're throwing to you, right?
It's 4th down. I'm with the one receiver isolated, and the quarterback won't stop looking at me. And I'm like, damn, this is it. I gotta try to get him off his game a little bit. So I was just talking to him, making him feel like either I'm your friend, so don't go too hard on me, or let me talk some mess. Maybe you mess up the route because you're in a one-on-one battle. So regardless, it worked though.
Let me tell you something. I done played with a lot of football players, a lot of them from a lot of different places. Best trash talker I ever played with, Marquis Wilson. I done seen him get in anybody's head at any time.
So the mind games are part of the game,
it's a craft,
right?
Definitely.
No doubt.
So this was something else I want to ask you about.
This little guy's always a smart.
They're always out there talking, man. That's what they do.
But I'm the Rottweiler, you're the German Shepherd, and here comes a little Chihuahua.
Talking crazy.
And that's the best though, because at the Rottweiler, you won't want to shut me up.
You got the Rottweilers and German Shepherds behind you.
The ref got you, it's over. I won now.
Well, and the way football is played now, there's so much emphasis on the passing game. I mean, I think you played one of the toughest positions in corner because there's, the ball is going to keep coming your way, and the whole structure of the game, the way the rules are, the way it's called, everything puts the onus on the offense. Yep. And so you guys have a lot of pressure on you, play after play after play, and you've established yourself since you were a freshman as a really aggressive player, as a ball hawk, and that's, I think, probably tougher to do now in the modern version of football than ever. So just talk a little bit about your style of play.
Honestly, Stanley Williams, Stack, he helped me. So when he first got with me, he kind of I didn't realize that at first. With being young, I'm not gonna lie, the first time I met him, he handed me a book. I'm like 12 years old. This is summer. Like, we're going to a summer camp for like a football. He handed me a book. I'm like, what is, like, you're weird. Like, I don't even want to be your friend no more. My mom left me with you. Like, I want him to call my mom, pick me up. But like, you know, I never realized it, but he was working on my mindset and attitude the whole time. And then like,
looking back, you know how, that's how much you care.
It makes sense now, because like, he used to always tell me the game is 90-10. So 90-10, so 90% mental, 10% physical, really. So like, and always thinking that, and always just knowing like, you know, this is more of a mental battle than physical. Like, you know, we lift weights, we do a lot more physical things in the summer getting ready for football than the game itself. So like, all you gotta do during Saturdays and game days really like battle mentally. So like, you gotta understand, like, like as a corner, like, I play the hardest position, so like, of course somebody's gonna catch a ball. It might not be for a touchdown, it might be for a touchdown. You gotta think like that sometimes. Like, it's not gonna happen, but sometimes you gotta think you might be in cover 3, press brown, so they might throw a hitch or something. Like, it's gonna happen. Like, you know, it's that you gotta be able to bounce back. If you're a corner that don't know how to bounce back, it'll be a long day for you. Because like you said too, like, you know, they catch it or not, they're gonna keep coming at you. Like this week we played Ohio State. I'm not gonna say it like that, but they don't really. I ain't gonna say they don't care about Joey Porter, but they gonna have to. Joey Porter gonna have to show he's Joey Porter.
Absolutely.
Like, they don't care. Like, they gonna throw the ball no matter what. So like, if you target me a certain amount of times, percentages wise, say you're gonna catch 1, 2, whatever. I just don't know how long it's gonna be, how short, what it's for. So like, you just gotta kind of live with it, knowing like it can happen. In my head, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna feel saying I'm the best, nobody gonna catch it. But if it do happen, I don't want to break down in my head and be like, oh, he caught it. Like, I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I'm like, that's
your
the only
position more than any.
Yeah, every time somebody catches, that's the only one they get for the day. Like, that's how I be thinking. So
the corner position.
Yeah.
So the tackle is the same way in a lot of ways.
I've always said this.
They're the same. This is.
Give me a couple seconds here, and I gotta say, like, I remember coming in when I was playing offensive line and this and that, and like guys that like be on a scout team, you guys call them pro development
D squad.
D squad. Okay, so you get a guy playing guard, and they're like, hey, they need a body, go play tackle. And you try to teach that guard center that say kick back and play that, and have a guy running at you. It's a whole different world.
Out there.
And I'm just like, it's like if you never played football before and you go to try to play offensive tackle and cornerback, it is the most.
Yeah, you're done.
Like, whoa.
Yeah, no
like, there's a lot of stuff that goes into that. These guys got to backpedal, know how far they're backpedaling, know how to break on the ball, this and that. I got to kick step back, knowing I got to get the angle between him and the quarterback, knowing that he's going to do all this. There's so much that goes into it, and you got to have that mentality. It's over.
And the one thing, unlike the linemen, these guys get in the spotlight.
No doubt, they're going to see
a lot of times. The eyeballs are on you, so the whole crowd is going to know, right?
But they don't like it. The defensive backs don't like the linemen. That's the problem with you guys. You guys don't like it.
It's a couple things, right? So I love the limelight, but you got to know what comes with it. Like,
absolutely.
If you're in the limelight,
they're coming for you.
Something happens, you know, it come with it. Like, it's just gonna be some booze. Some people are not gonna like you. It's, you know.
Marvin Jr.'s watching this, talking about you right now. Going, oh, okay.
I can't wait to see him. We're ready for him.
Okay.
We're definitely ready for him.
Can I ask one quick question? I keep seeing all the corners right here. Okay, right here. Where did it come from? I don't think anybody knows.
We have to talk about this off the air before we get this on the air, or we
No, it's on the air. Where does it come from? Who started it, at least? Daquan Hardy started it.
Daquan Hardy started. So, you know, you see when Dame Lillard was at half court and he got that look in his face and he pulled it for game time, sent the crowd home, looked at him just like this.
Did that. Okay, that's where it comes from.
Game time. Like, when that happened, that means it's game time.
I like that. I like that.
I saw even Parker Washington pull it out this week.
I did see Parker hit it.
How do you feel about the offensive guys?
When it catch like that, you can do any celebration.
Let him do what he wants.
I did it too. I'm like, I like that catch.
Tell my man Keith's the best ball bust you can give. What I tell you a couple weeks ago. My favorite one. I never talked. I wasn't a big talker at all. I was always like, come on. But my favorite one was, come on, you're better than that. That's all you got to say. You're better than that. And that pisses them
that
off.
was.
I'm going to try it out. Well, you better than that.
Just use it. And they're like,
I'm going to try it.
they go when they get out of the game.
You got to self-reflect when you get out.
I'm telling you, the one that you said 1-0 earlier in the show.
They're going to be sick.
And you said 1-0 during the show.
Yep.
I'm starting to believe in that, man.
Yeah.
I really, really am, because it's just like playing corner, just like playing tackle. You F up one time and you start thinking about it over and over and over again.
Can't let it beat you twice.
You're going to get beat twice. That's three, four turns into 8, and then you're
then
on
after
the
that, you just
sideline.
hang your head, and like it's lonely, because you, like you said, you're out on that island.
And then Marvin Jr.'s picking you up saying, you're better than this, man.
Exactly. Listen, being on the other end of that shit talking, oh my gosh. Oh my God.
I agree.
No doubt.
I'm not gonna lie, like being like, you know, I talk some mess, so like sometimes you get on the other end of it, sometimes somebody might get the best of you. It's like that mindset really you gotta kick in, because you gotta get yourself back on track. It's a job you gotta perform no matter what.
Well, you know what, man, this week the Buckeyes are going to throw those punches. We know they're coming. Like, you just got to keep getting back up off the mat, make it a 4-quarter game, and you're going to have the Beaver Stadium crowd behind you. Like Goon said, we're going to hear it twice as loud as the loudest moment on Saturday night when we did our part, forcing 5 false starts. My favorite was when we got 2 in a row. That was incredible.
That was
awesome.
Myself. I'm like, we didn't even do this Michigan 2019.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like,
Marquis, you guys are having an awesome season. Like, I congratulate you on that. We wish you the best of luck this Saturday against the Buckeyes and the rest of the season. Marquis Wilson joining us on the Blue and White Players Show.
Good luck, man.
Appreciate
Thank you for coming on.
Man, so much. Stay with us. Aeneas, Goon, and I to wrap it up on the other side. You're watching the Blue and White Players Show live from Champs Downtown. Go Phillies.
Ever since Chad Powers tried out for the football team, we've been adopting the think fast, run fast mindset.
Think fast, run fast. Think fast. Run fast, think fast, run fast. Oh, crap!
Personally, I think it works better on the football field.
Ready, set, go.
Think fast, run fast.
Next time you come to Champs, just remember to keep your head on a swivel.
For my day ones, they ain't in the studio over there.
I think we went too high.
Kia, movement that inspires.
This is the place where roadside markets are filled with fruits and vegetables, small batch jams and made from scratch pies, where mountain trails are explored with friends with names like Ghost and Traveler, where award-winning wines, craft-made beers, and spirits are raised, hearty meals are served, and nights are shared under star-filled skies. This is Center County, Pennsylvania. To find out all that's happening, visit us at happyvalleyagventures.com.
Hi everybody, Mike the Mailman here, to tell you about a State College company that will help you follow the Nittany Lions to their bowl game. Collegiate Athletic Travel. From charter flights and on-site motor coaches to professional staff, the entire trip is easy and carefree. And with their 47 years in the business, you know you're in good hands. You'll get a game ticket and a lot more. Make memories to last a lifetime. Be there next time with Collegiate Athletic Travel.
Hey, Penn State fans, it's game time, and Sionka is hitting the field with 40 dealerships and 25 franchises in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. That means more choices and the perfect new or pre-owned vehicle priced to fit your budget. Plus, factory-trained service experts are just minutes away, and you can feel confident you're doing business with a family that treats you like family. We're a proud partner of Penn State Athletics and preferred auto dealer of the Penn State Alumni Association. The Sionka dealerships. Experience the difference.
Welcome back to the Blue and White Players Show, coming to you live from Champs Downtown. Remember, we are here every Monday at 6 p.m. live on the socials of statecollege.com and Onward State. A couple housekeeping items. First of all, you see this helmet on the set every week, signed by every letterman and player who appears on the Blue and White Players Show. You can go to sopapaternofund.org and donate any amount between now and December 31st. You can honor the legacy of Coach Paterno and Sue. You can support a great cause, and you can be entered for a chance to win this one-of-a-kind Penn State autographed football helmet.
I think it's starting to fill up, man.
It is. It's looking good, man.
That.
That's looking very cool.
We have to go through this and see who has a good autograph and who doesn't.
Yeah.
I choked on mine. I
$5.
apologize.
I had a bad rep there.
$5, $500, SOPA, paternofund.org. If you want to be among the most stylish Penn Staters around town this season, you can sport these Blue White Players Show hoodies and t-shirts like Aeneas, Goon, and I are all modeling. And you can go to bluewhiteplayersshow.com and buy one of those for yourself. The URL's on your screen. You can scan that QR code, bluewhiteplayersshow.com. Okay, guys, so...
We got Fat Boys, too.
Very
we
important.
go from small to 4Xs.
Yes.
Imagine that. Small to 4X.
Even resize the logo on the chest. Right?
Yes, this is true.
Yes. Yeah.
No doubt.
Well, I always take care of my pet peeves.
So, I'm sure you all know what I want to talk about next. It's the Philadelphia Phillies playing in the World Series.
Flyers are playing great.
Yes.
Sixers.
The Eagles are undefeated. The Sixers are a basketball team. Okay.
So I had a lot of people up this past weekend. A lot of Philadelphia fans. A lot of guys I went to school with, grew up with, this and that. A lot of people from out of town and this and that. We were watching the games and stuff like that. And I just looked at my buddy that I grew up with and I said, this is too freaking good to be true. It's gonna blow up.
Stop! Don't say it.
I know.
So moving on. All right.
You came in. You said, "Oh, you jacked up," and you jacked up. And I was like, "Dude, I can't."
Cut his mic.
I can't get too jacked up yet.
Okay.
I can't get too fired up. Just hear me out. Hear me out. I can't get too fired up,
man. This is
because I'm waiting for another shoe to fall. I don't think it's coming.
Do you see me getting nervous?
If I keep talking about it, it won't come.
I cannot listen to this. All right. So
you're right, Ty. I get it. You have a temper. Stuff's gonna come out. You're gonna
emotional.
blow up.
I talk with my hands.
Yes,
the whole
by the
night.
way, I noticed this. You do this too when you talk, because I'm trying to talk to Keith over here.
Yeah. We got to get around the table.
Circle, man.
For sure.
I got my ab workout in.
But you talked about having your tailgate this weekend.
Yeah.
This was one of the most perfect fall weekends
What did
we
I
have
see
had.
your wife was about some tailgate thing?
What do you mean? Oh, you mean the tiki bar we had at our...
explain this to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, every once in a while, especially early in the season when we're playing one of the Joker teams, you know, we'll get a drunken inspiration in the fields and just make a spontaneous purchase. One year it was an RV. Last year it was a tiki bar.
There you
go. For the tailgate.
I think that's a great purchase. Top tier.
Amazon, you just order it right from the field. It shows up at your door 3 days later. You vaguely remember.
Did you wake
ordering
up
it.
and say, "What the hell do they want?"
No. We kind of remember. The broad strokes of it remember. But it was amazing.
The tiki bar, the RV.
Yes.
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 There it is.
The weekend, man. The 12-hour tailgate. We had a lot of people back up to visit. It was great with some friends of ours.
How good it was?
What's that?
Are you going to talk about how good it was? Is that where we're going with this?
Yeah.
I'd have given 3 Northwestern crappy, wet, rainy weather for that day we had.
It was incredible.
I'm telling
Beautiful
you,
weather.
It was as good as it's ever been for a night game in October. It was easily by far the best October game for a night game of all time.
Yep.
By a long shot.
We had Michigan a couple years ago when we really beat them up bad.
Yep.
Where it was a night game, and that was
2019.
Really, well before that, I think.
17,
I think. It was when Michigan was really bad.
Yep.
And I remember the weather being pretty good that damn day too. Pretty nice.
Yeah, this one just we got that little warm stretch, which fortunately looks like it's going to continue through the rest of this week. But you know, like fall colors, everything. It was just awesome. Homecoming. It was a really nice weekend, and I think a game that was underrated in its importance for this season and for the program overall in terms of the result. Not just
very much
getting back up off the mat and getting the W, but the way that we did it.
Yep.
Because, you know, we all heard the stat, 5 out of 8 seasons under James Franklin, you follow the first loss immediately with a second.
Yep.
And then look at all the storylines coming into this one. You had Minnesota kind of looking like a junior version of Michigan in terms of the kind of offense that they run. And the question was, did we get exposed? That they could look at the tape of the Michigan game and kind of duplicate what the Wolverines did. You had that narrative about the loss followed by a loss. Yep. You had Kirk Shiraka coming back to town, I'm sure very motivated. And frankly, probably more pressure on Mike Yursich to turn in a great game plan than I've seen on an offensive coordinator at Penn State in a long time. And just categorically, every single one of those questions, Penn State stepped up to the plate and delivered.
But I like how it happened. I don't like how it started though. It started very slow.
No, I don't think
and I was
anybody
sitting
did.
there. I was like, I was sitting there going,
Now,
"Oh
PJ
God,
Fleck
here it
liked it,
comes,
I
here
think.
it comes, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes," and they fought through it.
Yep.
And that's what I'm proudest about.
To me,
they fought through that slow start because everybody was expecting that slow start, and it came. But we withstood their best punches and we took care of business.
To me, that's the most positive thing that could have happened because, again, I just got done playing, and I was a part of those locker rooms and those teams where after one loss, here comes 2, 3, 4 more, and to see them step up in that moment and to just say, you know what, forget that. We lost last week. It's over. Let's move on. And they put a bunch of points on the board, man. Got the tight ends going. You challenged Mike Yurcich. He had a great game plan. Running game looked good. Sean Clifford, ladies and gentlemen, 4 touchdowns. I think he was the Big Ten Offensive Player of the Week. You know, if we're booing the Big Ten Offensive Player of the Week, man, I'm good. Keep winning the award, whatever.
So I'm going to explain something to you guys because you, both of you, know a lot about a lot that I do not. From the perspective of being a player, from the perspective of being an athlete who's good enough to play, like, start on your high school team, let alone play at Penn State, okay? But one thing I know way more about than either one of you is what it is like to be a crazy fan.
No doubt.
And the psychology of the fan is all about buying hope.
Yep.
You are chasing that dopamine rush. You are chasing that moment where everything comes together and Brandon Graham sacks Tom Brady, and it's one of the happiest moments of your life, all right? And so in college football, I think more than any other sport, that's very fragile because a lot of times when you lose your first game of the season, that potential for hope for that year, it's out the window. Like pro sports, there were months when I was frustrated with the Phillies, but you get hot at the right time and you're fine. College football, you have a bad day, it can cost you your season. I mean, the Pac-12 is out of the playoffs, probably.
Out.
Yeah, because they just, you know, too many teams had a bad day, don't have the strength of schedule. So just to finish, the reason why I think people have been so emotional about the quarterback position is that, especially now when you eat a tough loss, they're looking at Sean and they know it's the end of the line. His potential to offer them hope for the future is pretty much used up. Whereas Drew Aller, that's all he is.
So that's all he is hope.
That's all
he's hoping body.
So I'm not defending it. Like
No doubt.
it bothered me. I'm not somebody who scolds fans or tries to be a gatekeeper. You know, like just it is what it is. I thought it was a bad look. To boo your starting quarterback who's been an absolute warrior for the program in the introductions, but that's where it's coming from. I'm not saying fans are thinking it through that way, but that's what their lizard brains do. Like subconsciously, that's the emotions behind that kind of a reaction.
So I want to ask you, as a lifelong fan, this is a genuine question. I saw an Adam Brenneman tweet this weekend where basically he said, how do you think it looks when a 6-year quarterback is getting booed at the whiteout by his own fans as a recruit? What do you think of, when you hear that as a fan? Do you think he's being unrealistic?
I think it's just a passion. I mean, having grown up in an area where they're known to boo, it's just a passion. And I think that it's the passion of the whole thing.
Do you think it's going to negatively affect recruiting? As a recruit, when you hear that, do you think?
I think that we expect a lot from our players, like as we do our professional teams and stuff like that. And I mean, no offense, but when it comes down to the NIL, I mean, it's going to come down to now. It's going to be like, hey, you're making a lot of money now.
No doubt.
It's going to. I mean, there's a whole different pressure on these cats,
It's a different world now.
So I was talking to some people this week, and I actually I started thinking about it, and I was like, holy crap. We've had 3 quarterbacks since Joe Paterno's departure. 4, excuse me.
Matt McGloin, Christian Hackenberg, Trace McSorley, Sean Clifford.
It seems like a long damn time. That's been the lineage of the quarterbacks, though. It's crazy, man.
COVID, man.
It's just crazy.
Messed with everything.
I think you're right. I think there's like a lot of that going on. But fan-wise, it's just the passion of the fans. I can understand it. I mean, they booed Franklin the same way and this and that. I mean, I was hanging out with some Minnesota people there, and they're just not fans of PJ Fleck at all.
Really?
Is that right?
Yeah. So it's just like, you can hear a lot of the animosity when people were talking about our coach and their coach and this and that. And they were just like, I could see Minnesota, if there was 100,000 of them, they probably would have booed PJ Fleck. I'm sure. The way that these guys were talking.
I saw Brenneman's tweet. I see where he's coming from. I mean, like I said, I didn't like it. You know, it is what it is. You know, you get especially you get a bunch of emotional 18 to 22-year-olds who give 12 hours to prep. Like sometimes it's going to come out. Yeah. But I don't worry about it impacting recruiting too much for two reasons. Quarterbacks, I suspect. If you're a quarterback recruit and you hear that, you're thinking, oh, well, I'm better than this guy. So that's not going to happen to me.
That's
like,
true.
hey, they're booing him because he's not as good as I am.
That's a good mindset to have.
And if you're any other position on the team, you probably secretly hate quarterbacks. And you're like,
it's funny. It's a fun game.
Right.
We have had
check, please.
We've had other underperforming players at different positions. I've never heard them get booed anyway. So if you're not a quarterback here, and you've been here a little bit longer, you have.
Oh
okay.
yeah, trust
the last 4 years.
Who was the team's favorite player? Not this team, everybody's team.
The backup quarterback.
Everybody.
I will tell you
another
another highly recruited guy who wore number 14, great dude, is Anthony Morelli.
Okay.
That guy got booed relentlessly at times. Yeah. What you heard on Saturday was child's play versus what that guy got. He was a 5-star quarterback out of Pittsburgh. So he was an in-state kid. He was billed as being the savior. He had the misfortune of having to follow Michael Robinson, who was probably the greatest leader I've ever seen put on the blue and white, and it got brutal.
Got bad.
Yeah. But this is what.
So that's why.
So you get a little bit of old school flavor. All right. So great win over the Golden Gophers. You do what you're expected to do, which is especially with an injury at the quarterback position there, you contain their run game, and you win big.
We were talking about off the air. They ran that guy, man.
Yeah. Minnesota's running back, Mo Ibrahim. I love watching the guy play.
Bless him. 4 quarters. Like, give the kid a break, man.
Yeah. I mean, when you were still running that guy into the teeth of the Penn State defensive line when you're down 28 points, I don't know what to tell you.
It's ridiculous. Especially at a position like running back with a shelf life is so
short.
Yeah.
I mean,
and the backup's not bad. Like, give that kid some run.
We do have this conversation a lot because people will talk to us and. In the 94 thing, I'm going to go fat old school guy, but somebody said, well, if we stayed on the field, we'd have scored 100 points a game and this and that. But I was like, yeah, but then Kenjana Carter blows a knee out. Or Kerry Collins gets hurt and misses a game up 40 points. You better be able to answer to that. And that's what would happen. So, I mean, I can see where people are coming. Like, I like with Minnesota's running back. I mean, you don't have much tread on the tire, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Miles Sanders is going to play a long time in the NFL because he was a spots back here, and then he's one of 3 running backs in the Eagles.
No doubt about it.
He's going to make a little bit more than minimum wage and this and that, but his minimum wage over a 10 or 15-year career is a lot of money.
You said
10 years.
Okay.
Not 15. I mean, we'll go to 10. But what is he? When were his hard years running wise?
He didn't have one. I don't
think.
That was a selling point too.
There's a lot of tread on those tires, man.
Which is why I think. Penn State's approach over the last several years.
I think that the NFL is bleeding down into the college ranks that way.
Absolutely.
Where it's safety and numbers with your running backs.
Yep.
All right. So, Minnesota, very nice win. Happy to see them get the bounce back.
Over with.
You got the Philadelphia Phillies going to ring the bell. The Nittany Lions, I had to slide it in there. The Nittany Lions are going to answer the bell because I said it to Kobe.
Yeah.
You come to Penn State to take on big challenges. This is about as big as it's going to get.
It's not going to get any bigger. This is, in my opinion, the most talented. It's the game. Most talented team they'll play all year long. And I'm going to be honest, this is a tough matchup on paper. I do think there are certain areas
To say the least,
I do like Penn State's secondary versus receivers. I'm very interested to see how that matchup shakes out.
Huge.
But
huge.
To me, if we talk keys to victory, man, it's eliminating as many explosive plays out of that Ohio State offense as possible. C.J. Stroud is just damn good. It's what it is. Their running back is a good player, and they have a hell of a receiving core, so it'll be interesting to see.
You buy in the conventional wisdom that it's got to be a shootout?
I think so. To be honest with you. Now, I don't know if a shootout really works in our favor either, but I think it's got to be a mix of, hey, we run the ball a couple times and we get some explosive runs out there, but we're going to have to put points up to win this game because Ohio State's offense is going to score.
I mean, it's going to be you have to put the points up because they watched that game from 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
They're not going to watch that Minnesota game where they had a backup quarterback playing against us.
Right.
So
I'm not worried about
they're going to look at every formation that Michigan ran on offense, and they're going to duplicate it, and they are I'm not going to say a better offensive line, but they have some better players.
Yep.
Offensive line wise, I think Michigan as a unit is much better, but Ohio State has some absolute animals playing on the offensive line. I mean, legit stars, like future NFL guys for a long time.
And average Ohio State offensive line, by their standards over the last 2 years, is still like one of the best in the country.
For sure.
I mean, that left tackle they have is awesome, and the right tackle they have is absolutely enormous. Like, just wait till you see him on Saturday. It's unbelievable how big he is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's tough to play the game at that height sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I was maxed out pretty much 6'7", 6'8".
Yeah.
You were playing last year, and Minnesota had a right tackle that was like 6'11", didn't
Giant kid. They had him in 2019 too.
Horrible though.
Yeah.
Right?
Not a great athlete, but these Ohio State kids that are giants. I mean, they bend, they move well.
They have an attitude. They are road grading out there, man.
Size is a weapon in the words of Coach Franklin.
I'm telling you, our guys know, right? No one has to say.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me say this.
No one has to say anything to them.
You don't have to say a thing to any of the players this week. They are more animated and ready for this game than anybody else in the country. They're excited. They're not afraid. They know it's a challenge. They know who they're playing on Saturday.
They played Ohio State tough as hell last year.
There's no fear. That is a promise. They are not afraid, and they're ready to go play.
It's worth taking stock of the fact that since James has been here, going all the way back to 2014, when scholarship-wise we were playing with an arm tied behind our back and I poked out in a peg leg.
No doubt.
We still have played Ohio State tough every single year, and I think it's because this staff knows that program. They know how to motivate the players. I do want to put Goon's question to you, Aeneas. The noon kickoff.
Yep.
That helpful, or is it a hindrance, or neither?
Yeah, so as a player, they actually look forward to the noon games. They love noon games. The thing with the night games, you got to wait in the hotel all day and night. It's basically like you're there for two whole days, and that alone can be a little bit draining. Now, I will say the environment of a night game is hard to match that. But again...
But they can feed off that environment, too.
100%. But also, we're playing Ohio State at Beaver Stadium. Regardless of what time we play.
We play at 5 in the morning, they're going to be jacked up.
It's going to be jumping no matter what.
I'll be there at midnight, too.
So here's my tip to everybody. This weekend at your tailgates, you know, last week was a marathon.
Yep.
This week is absolutely a sprint.
This is a
you got to
sprint.
get some more spirits on the tailgate bar. We definitely got to stack the tiki bar with some liquors, so we can just load up. You got to load up responsibly, of course. You can just wind down over the course of the 3 hours of the game. You have your three Coors Lights, and that'll be that.
Couple seltzers out there for you on the field, and stay off the field.
Stay off the field this week,
please.
But this time next week, we could be sitting here very, very miserable, or we could be really, really happy in this.
No doubt about it.
Guys, I have seen much crazier things in sports in my lifetime. Hell, I may have seen crazier things in sports over the last 2 or 3 weeks in the Major League Baseball playoffs. So here's to our highest rated show next week.
Who told you 2 months ago if the Phillies started hitting, no one could beat them?
Nittany Lions, Buckeyes. We are hoping for a good game, and we're hoping to shock the world and ring the bell. See you next week. Woo.
Ever since Chad Powers tried out for the football team, we've been adopting the think fast, run fast mindset.
Think fast, run fast.
Think fast, run fast. Think fast. Think fast, run fast. Oh, crap!
Personally, I think it works better on the football field.
Ready, set, go.
Think fast, run fast. Think fast, run fast.
Next time you come to Champs, just remember to keep your head on a swivel.
For my day ones, they ain't in the studio over there.
I think we went too high.
Kia, movement that inspires.
This is the place where roadside markets are filled with fruits and vegetables, small batch jams and made from scratch pies, where mountain trails are explored with friends with names like Ghost and Traveler, where award-winning wines, craft-made beers, and spirits are raised, hearty meals are served, and nights are shared under star-filled skies. This is Center County, Pennsylvania. To find out all that's happening, visit us at happyvalleyagventures.com.
Hi everybody, Mike the Mailman here, to tell you about a State College company that will help you follow the Nittany Lions to their bowl game. Collegiate Athletic Travel. From charter flights and on-site motor coaches to professional staff, the entire trip is easy and carefree. And with their 47 years in the business, you know you're in good hands. You'll get a game ticket and a lot more. Make memories to last a lifetime. Be there next time with Collegiate Athletic Travel.
Hey, Penn State fans, it's game time, and Sionka is hitting the field with 40 dealerships and 25 franchises in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. That means more choices and the perfect new or pre-owned vehicle priced to fit your budget. Plus, factory-trained service experts are just minutes away, and you can feel confident you're doing business with a family that treats you like family. We're a proud partner of Penn State Athletics and preferred auto dealer of the Penn State